Titillating, rebellious dominant men really turn me on.
Oh my goodness.
All right, just let me at you.
What a brute! I love tough guys. I'm on fire.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Can't reach her.
Hi there YouTube, KG the Goose here, bringing you the third installment of Buy, Wait, or Avoid. Today we are looking at a game with its fair share of criticisms and controversy, even before releasing, and that's Atomic Heart. This gameplay and review should be as spoiler-free as possible. If you enjoyed, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below what you think of the game so far. Without further ado, this is Buy, Wait, or Avoid Atomic Heart. They killed Dollface. Yeah, I'm thinking graphically is where this game shines. Atomic Heart is an FPS action role-playing video game developed by Mundfish and published by Focus Entertainment and 4Divinity. This game was released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS on February 21st, 2023. To start, this game has received great day one reviews on Steam, even after being called for a boycott, no matter how ridiculous that may be. You play as P3, a soldier tasked with a mission that seems quite shrouded in mystery at the beginning of your story. Once arriving at your objective, you come to realize that all robots built to help humanity thrive have become violent, killing everyone around you. You must fight your way out, all while getting to the bottom of what caused the robots to attack, as well as a deeper, more politically motivated and sinister plot. First off, graphically, this game looks fantastic. With beautifully crafted scenery and a world that will have you begging for good lore, this game was off to an amazing start. Within the first hour or so of gameplay, I was finding myself constantly asking questions and admiring the communist Spetsnaz's thriving community. Atomic Heart also boasts a decent approximate playtime. If going for just the story, it should take approximately 15 hours to finish and over 30 to run to completion. There is lots to do in this game. Crafting new weapons, finding blueprints, upgrading abilities, upgrading the weapons, and exploring the world around you. Due to the fact that you play as P3, a set character, there is no character customization, however. The game itself feels like a breath of fresh air, attempting to do old things differently, and they do a decent job in this. Boss fights feel strong and rewarding. They also showcase some wonderful art. Unfortunately, the voice acting in Atomic Heart is one of the poorest I've experienced to date. I find myself wanting to learn about the lore, but fighting not to skip through conversations constantly. The main antagonist is honestly just annoying. His quips are cheesy, and oftentimes feel crafted by an 8-year-old that considers themselves edgy. I was constantly finding myself rolling my eyes at his voice lines, or hoping he would shut up for a while, even feeling relieved when he finally stopped. Atomic Heart also does a bad job at how they spaced out gameplay. I found myself wondering why they made this game so long and so big, just to stretch it out with mediocre and oftentimes annoying puzzles. These puzzles are so annoying and mediocre that even the protagonist P3 consistently makes remarks about them being this way, which may make this worse, and it constantly reminds you of the poor downtime in this game. The only reason I consistently grinded through these was to experience the next boss fight, arguably the best part of this game, as even normal enemies were very similar, boring, and with a broken stealth mechanic, unfortunately unavoidable. As for ratings, in the audio portion, I hesitantly give this a 5.5 out of 10. The voice acting is just too poor, poorly written, poorly acted, uninteresting, and mediocre at best. Atomic Heart tries too hard to be funny, and very rarely hits its mark. The only memorable voice acting was the horny crafting station. Even then, being so overdone, it made me feel almost uncomfortable, which would be the first time in my life I'd been hit on and came out feeling dirty. The only reason I scored this game's audio higher than a 3 was due to its memorable boss fight music, which was arguably some of my favorite music in-game, especially this scene. In the graphics section of this game, I scored Atomic Hearts at an 8.5 out of 10. Graphically, this game looks incredible, however, I deducted points for its lack of ray tracing on PC and its sometimes game-crashing frame drops. For story and gameplay, story-wise, this game scored quite high. The story is interesting, the world is immersive, and you constantly find yourself wanting to learn more. As for gameplay, while boss fights really shine in this game, movement and aim feels very clunky. I found myself getting stuck on objects when in fights with enemies where I could do nothing to escape. Getting stuck in railings and hip firing constantly as ADS felt too clunky to even use. Boss fights are where the gameplay shines, and it's sometimes destroyed by the negative aspects of the gameplay. It also feels more like a job and less like fun when doing the same repetitive tasks and fighting the same repetitive and mediocre enemies to get there. For these reasons, I scored this section at a 6.5 out of 10.
Well, whatever.
As for replayability, I couldn't personally see myself playing this twice. There is no co-op, no multiplayer. While it would be fun to participate and relive boss fights, I don't find it would be enjoyable to have to grind through the rest of this game. For these reasons, I score replayability at a 5 out of 10. This leaves the final score for Atomic Hearts at 6.4 out of 10. While Atomic Heart had strong roots and great ideas behind it, it seems consistently plagued with absolutely terrible voice lines and voice acting. In an attempt to likely drag out the completion time, Atomic Heart is also plagued with unfortunate job-like puzzles. These feel all too repetitive and annoying to get through, all whilst being drawn to frustration by the voice actor telling you how ridiculous it is that you have to do it in the first place. These issues, unfortunately, just destroy the game a little too much. While there are strong negatives here, boss fights and story keep you playing, growing on you like a benign, unfunny tumor. For these reasons, I strongly believe that Atomic Heart is not a buy. It is also not a pass. I think this game would be great if you wait for a sale at the $30, $40 mark and you'll feel like you didn't waste your money. If you like my review of Atomic Heart, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It's free and it helps me a ton. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike. Leave a comment down below about what you thought. Thanks a million, YouTube. I'll see you in the next episode of Buy, Wait, or Avoid.